Hello everyone, so today we are going to be talking about an achievement on Carillion's DLC character, which is the Sister of Thorns, and we are looking today for the achievement where you gotta kill like a whole bunch of mobs, like 500, I think it's 500 or so, with the wall itself, which is a little difficult to do. It took me a while to actually finish the achievement, and it's surprisingly easy once you actually understand what you could do to make your life a little bit easier. But it's a painful achievement, I'll say that. So the way this works, okay, so this is javelin. This is not the one that we're looking for. This is not this one. Um, this one is actually not too bad as well. I'll be making a few guides on those, I guess. But I'm looking for the. Where is it? Oh my god, yes, there you go. The Awakening of the Woods. I was looking for the name. This achievement is actually fairly simple if you know exactly what you should be doing. For instance, we're going to be looking into gear and into the boss selection because it's going to matter a whole lot. You can eventually, maybe if you have a friend, you could actually use a deed to make your life a little bit easier. Just a deed that increases waves, only waves, doesn't need to have anything else. If you do have a buddy with you, I would strongly advise you to have a buddy using Iron Breaker, just so you can actually tank mobs and make them not move anymore. Other than that, if you like only one buddy, and if you have a buddy to do that achievement, it should only be one buddy, because if you have two additional ones, it doesn't matter. The only reason for you to have a buddy with you is if you want to use deeds to make it a little bit faster. However, it is completely unnecessary because I'm going to show you a spot where you could do the achievement pretty easily without giving a crap about what your bots wear. However, I'll say this again, the what you have as a bot comp is actually pretty important. You do not want a warrior priest. You could take a bounty hunter, preferably no zealot, because I think they tend to be a little more aggressive. I took witch hunter captain, but you could probably use either, to be fair. But like bounty hunter does a lot of range damage, which I wouldn't recommend. And then obviously Carrion we're not touching. On Barton, you definitely want the Iron Breaker. You could maybe use this one for like potions and shit if there are specials coming in. Honestly, it is not too important, but if you do have a strength potion whenever specials come in on the spot we'll be using, it could help you. It's not important. You're not gonna need it because you are going to be playing with a few stats that will definitely help you complete the achievement pretty easily. And what you do have to have is a necromancer, because by having minions attack and support your first wall, which you'll be using to stop mobs and stack them up, this means that as soon as the wall breaks, the mobs will stay put, and also they'll be taking a little bit of damage, but not enough so that they die. Which means every single mob that is behind the wall is low enough that they could be one shot by the wall, and they are also stacked up in case the wall disappears. I will showcase what I mean by this, but first off, we'll be talking about the stats. We'll be rocking a either Chaos versus Infantry or Skaven plus Infantry. I do think I think you may one shot Skavens as long as you have infantry, so you don't really need Skaven plus infantry. But if you are playing on Legend, maybe use Skaven, because the map we are using is Hunger in the Dark, which means you have a little bit more. You have a little bit more health, and you have on Legend, and you have a little bit more Skavens. At least from my experience, I get more Skavens than I do get Chaos. But that's the map we'll be using. If not, I just recommend honestly just pick Chaos plus Infantry. That should be enough to one-shot everything, including Skavens. If not, then Skavens, to be fair, it doesn't matter too much. Also, if it doesn't work, you can just restart the map a couple of times. Honestly, it takes a little while still. It will still take like 30 minutes or so of grinding and standing still in the same position. It's an achievement, you know, it's like it's still painful. What you can do to make your life a little bit easier is rock some cooldown reduction, and maybe some crit. I don't think the wall can crit, but you know, why not? You don't really need anything else. But definitely rock some cooldown reduction, it might help you. Although it is not necessary because by the time you actually get your wall back, it will definitely be over. You know, it's 40-second cooldown, so having cooldown reduction is not that useful since you have two ults. You have two other. We do want a specific talent for this. We do not want the Black Venom Thicket because it doesn't like it's not gonna directly kill them because it doesn't do. I mean, it does do some damage, I think, but it doesn't hit enough targets and it doesn't stack them up. You could argue, you would think that this one is better, but the thing is, it knocks them backwards, so the wall itself doesn't really get any mobs stuck inside of them. But Iron Bark Thicket is a little bit better for this because it is just wider, but it doesn't matter because the spot we use, I think the regular wall works. The only reason is it doesn't have any other effects. It's a regular wall. This is why you will be using this, and also it increases the duration, which is extremely useful because we'll be waiting waves. So I'll be on Varen for this. Just actually I'll be on Recruit just so I can showcase exactly what I mean. I'll be on Hunger in the Dark. Put your game mode in private because this will take a while, and it is surprisingly soon because as soon as you enter the cave, as soon as you walk a little bit forward, and you skip the part where you get like your first few potions and maybe some balls or anything. On the left, whenever you get down, after I'll show you basically what I mean. But you walk down one first time, and then you skip the left part because you'll only be finding like a few potions and shit. Doesn't matter at all. You want to do this as fast as possible. And so you just hug on the right side, and you won't go where you usually see a patrol. Not usually, but pretty often you'll get a patrol. You will stop right before that because there is a little corner where you also often get. I missed this up. This is fine. Yeah, there's a little spot where you sometimes get potions. Not potions, but I think usually you get medipacks and stuff. Again, I'll show you what I mean in a second. No point in skipping, to be fair, because this is extremely fast, so you're just gonna follow along. You can go on the right side, it doesn't matter at all. If we attack from behind, yes, but I mean, it's on Recruit, it doesn't matter at all anyway. I don't have my headset on because I care, and because it's just Recruit and it's just an achievement. So there you go, 2 potions there, and you drop down once. And this is where we would want to be, not over there, because the mobs can come from behind as well, so it's not useful enough. It's not a corner. So what I meant is, you don't have to go left and check out for potions or anything. It doesn't matter, because you want to, again, be doing this as fast as possible. The difficulty I did do the achievement on was Champion, because I didn't want the skeletons or any other ones to one-shot every single infantry that comes in. And so what I did is I'll just stand there every single time, because there you go, the bots, if you put yourself correctly, bots can just stand there, and that's exactly what you want. Like as much as they're behind. What the hell, bro? I just realized there's a standing staff, bro. Okay, that's interesting. You can also, I think, hop on there and the bots will just stay behind, exactly like that. This is honestly even better. And there you go, we've got a wave. And so what you'll do, because you have infantry power and chaos power, even if it's not Skavens, what you do is you put a first wall there. You stack a few mobs, and you may go down so that the skeletons go forward, and then boom, as soon as the wall comes down, you put a second wall right behind, and as you can see, it killed a whole bunch of mobs. And sometimes you can get like 30 to 60 mobs in a single shot. The thing is, this is only recruit, so there's not many mobs. But if you are on a higher difficulty, and even better if you have deeds, this is going to work a little bit better. Especially um, if you are playing on champion, because again, there's a little more mobs on each wave, and also you can actually do friendly fire if you feel like, I don't know, Victor is doing too much damage. Just worry that usually there's a lot of health of like healing stuff on the beginning part of the map. As you can see, I killed a whole bunch there. There's a whole bunch of healing at the start of the map. So if you do want to do some friendly fire, be careful that you'll be left with nothing to heal. And also, if they are very low, even if you don't have anything to heal, uh, and there's like some healing there, they'll just pick it up and heal themselves. So just be careful about that, because you just still have to complete the mission after you have finished the achievement. What I do recommend is, after you've played like 15 to 30 minutes, if you haven't completed the achievement, still complete the map and check out how much enemies you have killed. And on top of that, you can just, save the progression in case you die or in case you crash or something. It's still better than having zero progress towards it. It happens. So this is genuinely the best way that I've found this achievement to be completed in. I haven't found any guides on this specific achievement, but it is strangely the achievement that has taken the most time for me as Carinian. Uh, and I do play Sister of Thorns quite a bit, and again, I have struggled to get that achievement in the past, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was useful to you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.